All right. Welcome to our first group of men with better choices. This group is a group put together of brothers from the barbershop who want to bring positivity to other brothers, who want to help other brothers. It's a support group that we all go through stuff as men, and the only way that we can kind of get over some of these challenges that we have is by helping each other and supporting each other just through things. Some of the things that the group is designed to talk about is, addiction with drugs and alcohol. We want to talk about parenthood, fatherhood. We want to talk about anger issues. Today's first topic is going to be on fatherhood. My name is Brother Ryan Murray, so I'm just going to introduce myself and ask y'all to go around the room, introduce yourself, and say a little bit about your barber career. So I'm going to start with you first, Brother Vex.
Hi, Mr. Murray. My name is Vincent King. I'm enrolled as a teacher trainee for Pennsylvania Barber School.
Stop. You just finished. You ain't even a teacher trainee.
Oh, I finished. But
Yeah, you one step away from getting your teacher
I'm
license.
one step away.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had a lot of help along this journey. People reached out and helped me, so I'm looking out to reach back and help some other people. That's it.
How long you been cutting?
I got my license in '94.
Okay.
So
94.
I
Wow.
was born through '94. I kept it active the whole time.
So let me ask you this: have you ever been incarcerated?
I've been incarcerated for 18 years.
Wow, 18.
18.
And what did you learn from that?
I learned that the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again. Because you always seem to wind up in the same place.
Okay. Brother Tim.
My name is Tim Holloway. I've been cutting hair off and on for over 30 years. Years ago, I was enrolled in Tri-City Barber School. I got in a little trouble and I got locked up for a moment. I wasn't able to complete it. I went on with my life and worked in various barbershops. I never was able to retrieve a license. And as years went on, I thought about the trade that I had, and I started back in school a few months ago. And I'm trying to get my license as of now. I had the privilege to run into Ryan, and it gave me the opportunity to try to get my license today.
All right. My name is Brother Ryan Murray. Go by Ryan the Barber. I've been sweeping hair since I was 12. I'm 43 now, so that's how long I've been in the barbershop, period. I'm grateful to be one of the youngest black barber teachers in Philadelphia and in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm also grateful to own and be director of Pennsylvania Barber School, which is one of the 3 only barber schools in Philadelphia, and it's black owned. I'm also alumni from Tri-City Barber School. I've worked for J Shear Magic. I've just been in this barber game. My purpose now with the school is to try to help people, brothers and sisters, get certified, because there's a major problem with all the barbers and beauticians in Philadelphia not having their license, not having the certification. We just recently opened in 9/11/2020, which was the pandemic. It was a blessing to be able to be open during the pandemic. Things that we acquired, like we had to wait for state inspection for 9 months and had to wait for city inspectors, and it was such a long process to even get this school. So I just want to document that, my main goal is to help people get certified. Today's topic, we're going to talk about fatherhood. Reason why I'm choosing fatherhood is, even though I am the teacher here, I'm the young buck in this barbershop. You know what I mean? I look up to you. You guys don't know it, but I look up to you guys. And guess what? I don't listen to what you say. I watch what you do. And most people who never had a father, such as myself, sometimes they mimic people. So today we're gonna talk about fatherhood. We're gonna go around and say, what do you consider fatherhood? And then we're gonna go around and say, if you want to share, how was your fatherhood growing up? Did you even have a father growing up? So I'm gonna start first. You know, when I look at fatherhood, I look at fatherhood as a man protecting his children, a man teaching his son how to defend himself, teaching his daughter how to respect herself. That to me is the purpose of what a father is. Someone who's supposed to teach his children how to survive. You know what I mean? So to me, that's what father is. Brother Vince, what's your definition of fatherhood?
Fatherhood, man, in my opinion, is being there for your kids. A lot of that I missed out, you know what I mean, by being incarcerated. So I'm trying to make up for it now. Even though my kids are grown, I only got one, she's 30. So I do all I can for her. I go without for her.
Right.
You know, so I can only make up for lost time.
Okay.
So that's all I got for you on that. I probably would look more to you towards raising a kid than me because you raised yours more than I ever did.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just starting to learn all over again.
Brother Tim.
Fatherhood to me is sticky. It's sticky to me because fatherhood is leadership. Is a protector. Is a provider. Is a person that provides wisdom. Is that's basically what it is to me.
Okay. So I just want to share what I went through fatherhood, and if you want, guys, after I go, you can share. And after we share those experiences, and those experiences might be good, they might be bad, they might open up some wounds. But after we share our experiences, I would like us to come back around and share how we can be better fathers right now, regardless of how old our kids are. You know what I mean? You know, my experience of fatherhood was that, you know, I had a working dad. He was from North Philly, and he moved to Mount Airy, and you know, it was like his dream came true. He got up out the hood and had a good job, and you know, growing up, I had everything from bikes to Nintendo and everything, but my dad never spent time with me. He never really showed me nothing. The only interaction he had with me is if I got in trouble, he would beat me. But it was never he took me to a baseball game or a basketball or took me to the court to show me how to shoot. I didn't get all of that. You know, when I had turned like 14 and, you know, matter of fact, younger than that, I think I might have been like 12 or 13. You know, this was back in the early 90s, late 80s. And it was the crack era. Yeah. And just so happened, my dad, he was strung out on crack. And it was so crazy because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know why he wasn't coming home. I just knew that when he got his check, he ain't come home till the weekend was over. Where my mom was always taking me to baseball practice, taking me to basketball practice. Mom was filling in all the blanks and at the same time trying to still pay the bills and keep the house together, which she did. Yeah. And I remember applying for a job with the city, fill a job where they gave teenagers jobs. And my mom made too much, so I had to use my dad's income. So the only way that I could get my dad to fill the paper out, we had to go to 24th and Norris. And I had to go up in a crack house. And I had to step over people and find my dad in a crack house at 12 years old. And say, Dad, I need you to fill some paper out, work out. Why my dad is in this abandoned house with water dripping from the ceiling and people laying on the floor and the couch, I didn't even know why. I just knew that was my dad. I was embarrassed, and I'm like, well, damn, let's say to my dad, damn, Dad, why you just don't come home and watch cable and be, you know, in my mind, I didn't know that drugs had a chokehold on him, just like a lot of men. Which ultimately, by him not spending time with me, had me look to the guys that was older than me hanging on the corner. That had me thinking it was thorough to steal cars, had me thinking it was thorough. To me, it was saying a badge of honor to get locked up. I couldn't wait to get locked up so I could brag, because guess what? Everybody that I thought was thorough would be talking that I just did a bid and just come home. So I'm 14 years old thinking I'm doing something hip because I got locked up, where really I ruined my life. Or I ain't gonna say ruined it, I had to go through some hills and valleys. You know what I mean? I will say my dad did finally get off drugs and he gave his life to God. By the time he did that, I was already bitter. I was already full of bitter, hate, misery. You know what I mean? Why my dad had to be like this when everybody else's dad was coming to the baseball game, coming to the basketball game, supporting their son. I'm getting bullied in the neighborhood because at the end of the day, all I had was my mom and my brother. You know what I mean? So when he got his life together, I had a lot of hate for him. And it wasn't until when he passed away, I still didn't have no feelings. But it was 2 years after my dad's death that I said, damn, I'm never going to see him again. So to this day, I try to deal with that. I remember being in a crack house with me and my brother in our baseball uniforms. The day of the championship game, we supposed to be at the baseball game. Mom in the hospital. Dad supposed to take us to the baseball game. He take us to the crack house. I remember them being in the room with 10 kids, and they saying stay in the room and don't come out. And I was always the one that was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So when I bust about the room and came down the steps, all I could see was my dad holding a pipe and looking me in my face and trying to turn away from taking a hit because he ain't want me to look at it. So I went through that at 12 years old. And I'm saying that has affected me to this day. To the point where I don't trust men. I don't trust older men. I have a very, very hard trust factor because my dad to me was always full of shit. So now, unless you show me the money, I can't even believe you. But I share that to say, you know, I'm glad that I can share that out right now with some people to say, hey, y'all, I know I can't be the only one that probably went through this. Thank you for letting me share.
Well, I never knew my dad either. And he got killed. You know what I mean, when I was young. So, but I can't say I did grow up with a stepfather, so he was the only dad I really know. He's a good man. He worked hard, tried to take care of us. I just was bad. That's just it. I was just bad. I can't even give you no excuses of why I did the shit I did. I just did it.
Right.
Because, like you said on a lot of times, the thrill of getting away with stuff. And it cost me a lot of years out of my life. And I'm tired now, and I don't want to go back to jail. I just don't want to go back to jail. I want to spend time with my family and my friends and make memories. That's it. That's what it's about for me, making memories. So I got for you, man.
The absence of manhood. It was I came up, there's 11 of us. I was the middle child, the third from the youngest. And for some ironic reason, my father died when I was 3. So I always wanted a father. And I would actually get mad at people when they said they hated their father. I would get mad when people was mad about their father because I just wanted a father. Any father. Somebody I never seen the reflection of the person that I came from. I never seen somebody that looked like me. I was always with somebody else's father. I wanted a bad father. I wanted somebody that I could say that's my pop. I didn't give a fuck if he beat me. I didn't give a fuck if he mistreated me or whatever, just to have somebody to say that's my pop. Till this day, I wish I never even seen a picture of my pop. I used to get on my mom's nerves about that. I used to say, Mom, I ain't got no picture of my pop. She said that my pop left her with 11 kids. And she had to raise them all by herself. She raised 11 kids by herself. And she felt that he betrayed her because he died so young. And he died and left her with 11 kids. And it took me a while to understand that. You know what I mean? It took me a while to understand that. So, I had the privilege to have a son, but I didn't have no toolage of what a father should be. You know what I mean? Or how he should act. So that's my take on it. I don't know how it is to be a father.
This is the appointment I was telling you about for the hair color. Wednesday, 1:30.
Fine.
Okay, Wednesday, 1:30. Are you gonna bring your own color?
So, well, let me ask you this.
Do you want her to bring her own color?
We recording right now. She got to call back. We recording. We in the middle of recording. I got to edit the video, but so, you were angry.
Yeah.
We were angry. You were angry.
And it really wasn't nobody's fault.
Right.
But that don't change how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it was nobody's fault, you know. But that don't change how I felt. And even till today, I'm like you said, like, why didn't I have a father to play baseball? Why didn't he do all these things? I was like, I just needed a pop.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mom had to tell me to go out there. No, you run home because the bully chase you.
Right.
Mom had to put her slippers on and say, boy, go back out there and fight. You know what I mean? It was a many day Mom put the slippers on.
And see, my mom was the type, you know, you get in a fight, she talking about come in the house. So sometimes I wanted to stay outside so bad, I would deal with the bullies.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to stay outside and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or then it got to the point where, you know, with the bullies trying to extort me and everything, because guess what? I ain't have no dad. I didn't have no protector to be able to say, son, I got your back. And ultimately, that has affected me and caused me to make bad decisions in life because of my anger. So now, we want to go back around the room. I want to thank y'all for sharing. That's some deep stuff that I didn't know about Vince. I didn't know about you. That guess what? Now we know a little bit more about each other. Now we know why each other sometimes can go off on the deep end for no reason.
You know what the blessing is? I really can identify with LL. Because many days, Mama said knock you out. Many days. Yeah.
So listen, man. We want to go back around. What are some things or suggestions that you can tell the group that can help you heal? Or do you want to just watch this? Keep that chapter closed. Don't even open it, because sometimes we'll get what's it called? Used to pain. We'll get numb to pain to where, like, look, this is just supposed to hurt, and this is how life supposed to be, and I ain't gonna talk about it, and I ain't gonna care about it. You know what I mean? That's how some people believe, but I don't believe that. I believe that in all ways that if something happened during your childhood, you've been hurt. And even though you became a man and got through it, you still need to heal. So what are some ways we can heal, Brother Tom?
I think from my experience, I believe that everybody goes through things to help somebody else who go through similar things. I just believe that this didn't just happen to me. Just to be happening to me. I think God take you through some things so when you tell your story, it could help somebody else. If somebody else has a similar story, then I could tell them about my story, and my healing comes from when I tell somebody that went through the same story. They can say, oh, wow, I can identify with what you want. And I can identify with, the situation. That's where my healing comes from. That's what I believe.
Okay. Brother Vince, any suggestions, man, to help brothers deal with their pain from, guess what? I can relate to you. I missed a lot of years of my daughter's life. And the one thing I know is you can't get them years back. They gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what can you do to help you heal from missing all those years? Because when we miss all those years from our kids, they're not the only one that's hurt.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So what's some, anything?
Me, I just take time out. Personally, every day I set goals for myself.
Set goals.
Whether I reach them or not, I have a goal every time I come into the school.
Right.
Every day I plan. I do this every day too. I plan to spend time with my daughter, even though I don't sometimes, because she's grown and she got her own place,
Right.
her own life. And then I be spoiled, mad because I can't see her. I got to see her on her terms now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just yesterday, we all went and bought flowers. We do that like every Sunday for all the ladies in the family and my brother-in-law. And so I got a chance to take hers over to her apartment. She came down the steps real low. Thank you. You know what I mean? So that made me feel good, man. I say, but like, I will speak on the numbness she was talking about, because I'm numb to a lot of things. When I lost my mom and my sister, I lost my sister first. I was upstate. I came out, went to the funeral. Then I turned around when I got the DUI and lost my mom, and I didn't come out. And you know, you don't ever get that back. So a lot of things that happen now don't really affect me like they affect other people. When people go, they pass, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. But you know what I mean? I just don't feel it no more like I used to feel it. Like maybe I should. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or not. But I try to keep my circle small. And I only really deal with a few people. And if I don't deal with you, you may never know it, because I try to be the same all the time. But, you know, set goals for yourself. Try to spend time with your family, the ones you love with, because our time on this earth is short.
You know, I'm gonna use something you said, and I appreciate you sharing, because it just deeper lets me know who you are, man. And you don't know what a person may have dealt with. You know what I mean? So when a person really just at a point in their life where they just want peace and tranquility, they want to come in and be able to come to work, cut hair, don't want to argue, don't want to do nothing, or you don't want nobody going on your station, using your stuff up to break your sanity, which I'm guilty of. I'm the barbershop station thief, but I don't worry, I'll replenish it. But I appreciate y'all sharing. But I'm gonna share what I got from you, Brother Vince. Is create memories. I was incarcerated a total of probably 5 years, 6 years, something like that. You know, but that was like, I went in, my daughter was 2 years old when I went to prison. When I got out, she was 8. And she came every weekend on a visit. I seen her she's 18 now, seen her every other weekend, did everything I could do. But that pain still lies with her from when she been hurt. So the best thing that we can do as brothers, and that's making better choices, which the name of this group is called Making Better Choices, is set goals. Let those goals be, hey, even though my kid is grown, plan something to do with them. But guess what Vince said? Be ready to be let down.
Yeah.
Because me and you have talked about you and your son, and you like, yo, the ball leave me hanging.
You put the spin on me.
But guess what? I used to do the same thing to my dad when he tried to reconnect with me. So just know that our children, you know, they love us, but you know what I mean? They maybe don't know how to deal with that hurt, because don't nobody feel like crying or dealing with that pain that they've been living with for the last 10, 15, 20 years. So brothers, I appreciate y'all sharing. We're going to close out, you know, better choices. Brothers with better choices. Any last words?
Hey man, make memories with your family or your friends or whoever. Something that you'll always be remembered by your son or whoever, daughters. You need that. And I'm good for taking pictures for no reason. I might take your picture. It's memories though, it ain't nothing personal, man. It's memories, man. I love all y'all.
Any last words, brother?
The most important thing in life is time. It's priceless.
Time. All right, we're gonna close on that note, brothers. Thank y'all for participating. All right.
Whose chair is this?